An overnight missile attack on the Ukrainian city of Lviv has injured 19 people and left a kindergarten damaged.
The region's governor says falling missile debris caused a multi-story residential building to catch fire. Video distributed by the mayor of Lviv shows the blast left a crater nearly 30 feet deep. 3 people were killed, another 3 injured by similar missile strikes in a neighboring region.
CBS News foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tyab joins us now from London. It's great to see you. Russia claims it hit military industries overnight. What do we know about that?
Hey guys, good to be with you. That's right. These Russian airstrikes in western Ukraine targeted 2 regions which border neighboring Poland, which of course is a NATO member, killing 3 people and wounding around a dozen more. Now, one of the targets was a Swedish industrial bearings maker in the town of Lutsk, and the other saw several buildings in the regional capital Lviv, as you pointed out, Meg, that was targeted, and also saw a kindergarten playground hit. Now, this assault on the Lviv region is the largest since Russia's invasion began in February of 22. In fact, I was in Lviv at the start of the war when the city was really seen as a sort of safe haven from the conflict and was also a transit point for Ukrainian refugees as they fled to Poland and beyond. And although it hasn't seen a lot of violence since then, this, of course, is very worrying. In fact, according to Ukraine's Air Force, the Russian strikes involved at least 28 cruise missiles, but that 16 had been shot down. But as we've been saying, causing considerable damage, death, and fear.
Imtiaz, Russia recently opened fire on a cargo vessel in the Black Sea after it bowed out of that Black Sea grain deal that was bringing all the grain that Ukraine harvests to other parts of the world, especially the Middle East and North Africa. Is this thus considered an escalation of the conflict if they're doing that kind of thing now?
Yeah, Ed, I mean, it's a pretty worrying indeed. Of course, that grain's so vital for so many vulnerable countries. But here's what we know is that shortly after dawn on Sunday, one of the Russian patrol ships in the Black Sea detected this vessel, which was flying under the flag of Palau, which is an island country in the Western Pacific. We then understand that this Russian patrol ship opened fire with what's been described as, quote, automatic small arms after this Palau flag ship initially failed to respond to requests to stop for inspection. Now, these tensions have escalated steadily since Moscow terminated a deal a month ago that had enabled Ukraine to ship its grain and other food crops across the Black Sea. And analysts say that it really appeared to be the first time that the Russian Navy had actually boarded such a ship. Now, Ukraine, of course, is condemning this move, saying that it endangered freedom of navigation on the Black Sea. But as you point out, Ed, it really does feel like a major escalation in this already very tense body of water. Guys.
And Imtiaz, how about Russia's, its economy? We know that its currency recently fell to its lowest value since the beginning of the war. Is the economy weakening?
Yeah, I mean, look, you just got to look at the ruble alone. I mean, this currency has really taken a tumble, hitting the lowest since the start of Russia's invasion in Ukraine. Now, in response to this weakening of its currency, the Russian central bank has hiked its main interest rate by 3.5% to 12%. The bank said that this move was intended to actually steer inflation down to 4% by next year. But to be clear, this year alone, the ruble has shed 35% of its value this year alone. And while Russian President Vladimir Putin continues to say Western sanctions have had a limited effect on the economy, it's pretty evident that that's just not true. And while the economy in Russia is not in free fall, it's certainly not in very good shape. And much of that pain is being passed on to regular consumers, which is no doubt a very serious concern for the Kremlin. Guys.
About 35%. Imtiaz, thank you so much.
Pleasure.